joining together around a common idea is all the social lubricant that people need to go from online to in the real world and making a change in their local neighborhoods.
Yeah, and again, I think this is one other thing too, is that we've seen so much of what the Republican administration has done vis-a-vis harming the least of us so far,
Mhm.
that guys, our friends and neighbors are going to need all the help they can get, right? When you look at, was it last month, Chris, that the U.S. Department of Agriculture cut about, in total, about $1.5 billion in food aid to kids and school lunches, to local food pantries, and to local farms, right, to provide that food. Like, guys, that support has to come from somewhere. I mean, Chris,
Mhm.
this is one thing that I just saw yesterday that's made a little bit of news. That there were some terrible tornadoes that ripped through the South last month, and in particular in Arkansas, it killed 3 people. The Trump administration and FEMA denied Sarah Huckabee Sanders' disaster declaration. Right
Wow.
now, look, I worked at FEMA 20 plus years ago. I was in New Orleans for Hurricane Katrina. Like, I've seen what happens when people have nothing left. And
Mhm.
I know, guys, that there's a lot of folks who are going to be like, they voted for this. You know, they knew what they were getting, et cetera, et cetera. And guys, I got to tell you, like, that's the wrong way to think about it. Like, these
Yeah.
are people for whom, like, their lives have been irrevocably changed, right? And it will be months, more likely years, many years before they achieve some semblance of normalcy. And so when you see that, what I implore you to do is to listen to the better angels of our nature, not to fall into the trap that so many of our countrymen have, which is ha ha ha, right? That sort of Schadenfreude. Well,
Mhm.
you knew what you were getting, because what good does that do? And frankly, Chris, you can't be a good citizen, you can't be a good neighbor if you look at someone and take pleasure in their misfortune, especially when they had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
If you voted for Donald Trump, it wasn't like you invited God to hit you with a tornado.